Keith?
Yay. Yay. Good morning, Joel. Where are you? Are you up in the mountains?
Yes, I am, Brother Keith. I am at the mountain house, and it is chilly in here. I'm going to have some pictures for you.
Yeah, great. I was
Yeah.
just thinking, I wondered if you're going to be up there. Well, I guess you're not coming home. I guess it'll be, is it snowing? Because it's supposed to sleet and rain and be a complete mess here today. So,
Yeah, I'm coming home. Probably leave here by 1 o'clock.
so you are leaving. No, that's nuts. Joel, be very careful.
Not going to get too much done today. So,
yeah. Are the kids up there, or are you just there by yourself?
At the mountain house. Just me.
Okay.
Yeah, just me.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, it looks like, let's check to see if anybody's watching.
Hey, Tara's on. Morning,
All
Tara.
right. We were gonna have to send Tara a note. Good to see you, Tara. We miss you.
And I think the week before. Good to see you, Tara. Good morning.
Okay. Yes. Anywho, yeah. Well, I'm ready if you're ready, Joel.
We are ready to go.
Yeah. Grab your coffee, sit back, and enjoy the next half hour of hilarity.
Here we go.
From the Somerset Studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smack and Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Slenderman.
You know, Joe, I was going to surprise you this morning. Well, I guess the fact that I'm here is a surprise enough. But I was going to surprise you and have Smack and Jack pull up on the old. Oh, wait a minute! There it is. Now, why is that? It was right there on my beginning of my feed.
Wow, it's there.
Yeah.
Wow, for the first time ever.
I didn't have to go looking for it, and
within mere seconds.
And apparently, I could, if I had a TV out here somewhere, I could
AirPlay,
call that mirror or share it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't have a. Let's talk about that for a second. Linda got in a phone. Hey, Barbara's on. Hey, Barbara.
Yeah, morning, Barbara.
Linda got a new TV the last week. Remember that little TV they got because they're down in the the beautiful Eastern Shore. They're never going to be inside. The TV is about this big.
Yeah.
I never gave them a hard time about it. Never even laughed once as I walked past. So they decided to get a big one, and they're so inexpensive now. And mine has a little yellow strip down the middle. I've had it for probably 13 years.
Right.
So I started looking. I figure I'll go down to Best Buy, check them out. You look at a couple, you pick out one, you go home. Nah. There's so many HDMI, HD, crystal, this, that, and the other at the end of these things. I'm going to have to take a class.
I know. There are so many options. You don't know what to buy.
And then the amp, listen to my speakers in the shop, my shop in the basement, Joel. The old amp that you gave me is it must be burning out because it kind of has that, like when your vacuum cleaner's wearing out, it kind of smells burning when it's on.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to it one night, and I was, for quite a while I was down there, and then I noticed it just smell of, it's probably asbestos or something like that, right?
You think so?
Permeated way up here, so something's wrong with it. It's old, and it works, but it's going to replace it. So I'll go get one of them, right? I'll go in and just get a receiver. I don't need surround sound and all that kind of stuff. And the only thing they have is they have this Magnolia home, their high end stuff.
Yeah.
And that's all they have now is all their high end stuff out. And I told the guy I wanted a receiver, and he said, "Well, are you going to hook it up to a TV?" I said, "No, I got a couple of good speakers, and I just want to play music through it." And he's like, "Well, all of these you have to have a TV, hook it up to a TV to set it up." So the same thing, I guess, of what you have at the house, Joel, because I got it from a different company that's not around anymore, but it was high end, that Denon or whatever. All of those things now you have to hook up to a TV to set up.
Is that true?
Yeah. So I go home empty-handed.
I've
got credit. I've got the enthusiasm. and I had the time to shop, and I came home empty-handed. Unbelievable.
Keith, I have to get my soundboard.
Yeah. This is worthy of some sound.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to plug in charging.
Good morning, Brad.
That's kind of the way it is now, Keith. Man,
Hey, Joe.
No matter what you go to get, there's a million different, models of virtually the same thing.
Yeah, so now I got to do research on all this stuff. Now I looked up before I went down. I looked on. I was here at the shop and I was looking at. Hey, Sophie, receivers. I think you can get the old kind, like what you have, online, because the same brands came up, Yamaha, Denon, and all that kind of stuff, and it didn't say anything about. So for a couple $100 you can get a decent amp, and that's I don't need surround and all. So I'm gonna have to order something online, which I don't like doing. And I guess if I don't like it, take it back.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you order online, you can take it back, and if you need to take it back, you can drop it off at Kohl's.
Really?
Yeah, or I think you can go to a store too.
Best Buy, yeah, you can bring it back.
But I know that Stephanie goes to Kohl's a lot to drop off returns for Amazon.
Oh yes, yeah. I was in Kohl's. What's the other one? Kohl's and do I go to Kohl's? Anyway, one of those stores. Yeah, it does have a drop off thing.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah,
so
good,
anyway,
good.
I'll have to do that. And speaking of Brad, I'll let you have the floor in a minute, Joe. I just gotta get rid of this.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch the cameras up here.
Remember our the notices I was getting from Facebook and things like that on my computer. I said last week,
Facebook.
Brad said, turn off your notices. So I go on, I'm just having my cup of coffee in the morning and I look on, I said, oh, settings. Let's see what settings do. And yeah, you can, all these
high
now they have advertisements, I guess, that they should, but you have to turn them all off individually. And so, all I can say is, look, what's the guy that used to run Microsoft? Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, right.
Yeah, look out, Bill. I'm coming. I'm coming for your job, man.
Here comes Keith. All right,
hey, Kathy.
good morning to some folks.
Angela.
We have Brad. Good morning, Brad. Brad says, stop making fun of our TVs.
Yeah.
Good morning, Joe. Sophia, good to see you on. Angela, so good to see you, Ange. Thanks for jumping on today. Kathy, good morning, Kathy. Good to see you. Yeah, so Keith, let's get into where I am. I'm up at our mountain house, and I have some pictures to show here because, who needs Vermont, right? Who needs Vermont when you have the Poconos 2 hours away?
Exactly.
With like 3 to 4 feet of snow. So let's take a look at whoops. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Holy cow.
This is our house. Notice those beautiful, beautiful icicles there, Keith. They go from roof to the ground.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do about them either.
Does the term ice damming mean anything to you, Joel?
Fortunately, we have no gutters, so that definitely
That's
helps.
not good. Okay, all right. Holy cow.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on up there either. Let's take a look at this next one here. A little bit further view there, but the pictures don't do the snow piles justice. They're practically up to my chest, way over here.
Well, what's that? A pickup truck there? That blue thing?
Yeah, that's a small pickup.
Yeah, but it looks like it's as high as the roof. So
yes, indeed it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, we have a good plow guy now coming. He comes and plows, and not too expensive.
Okay.
This is our patio.
So you find somebody up there that can. Wow, look at that, Joel. Holy cow.
Yeah. So I got half of this patio shoveled off yesterday.
And what, once again, why you decided on this and not the Jersey Shore?
Good question.
Yeah.
And let's see, is there another one here?
That's cool.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But
holy cow, Joel.
Yeah, lot of snow. So I'm up here today, essentially just clearing some snow. Got some other things done. There's still dust everywhere. They're finishing up. Met the guy who was doing the tile work yesterday. We had to have the grout in the kitchen tile redone because the first try wasn't that great. So a different guy came and did it yesterday, and he did a nice job. So he's also working in the bathroom too. He's redoing the caulk.
He's going to fix all. Yeah. How do you regrout something new? What, do they dig all that out, or they're just putting another?
Yeah, you had to take all the grout out and redo it. Yeah, so it looks good. Looks good over there. I will tell you, it's very chilly in this room right now, Keith, because I don't know if our thermostats work very well. I took the thermostat covers off when we had the room painted way back in the fall. And from that very day, since I took just the covers off, the thermostats, it says 80 degrees right now. It's probably like 60 in here.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I did. And then the two over by the fireplace, two small ones, they don't work at all now. From that day that I took the thermostat covers off. So I have no idea what happened there. All I did was take the covers off, so they could paint around them. And
Yep.
Oh, well. So Keith, speaking of winter weather, I don't know if you saw the news about the huge accident in Texas. I thought maybe we should bring that up since we have some ice weather coming. And yes, I have to get home between now and when that storm comes to hit us. So let's go back and take a look at this. Is in near Fort Worth, Texas. This happened, I believe, yesterday, right?
Holy cow.
Cars, 6 dead and 65 injured. Man, did you see any of this, Keith?
No. It must have happened after I got to work yesterday. No, I didn't.
Yeah, a lot of people had their cell phones and they're showing coverages, but man, seeing this is just complete ice, and these trucks coming down and not being able to stop at all.
Yeah.
Plowing in each other, going up over those concrete median strips there, and
wow,
it is very sad that 6 died, but I'm surprised it's not
more than 6. Yeah,
more than that.
Wow, 133. Wow.
So,
well, it looks like there must have been an ice storm or something. It doesn't look like there's any snow there.
Yep, definitely there was ice on there. And I don't know if it maybe it was kind of an unexpected ice. I don't know, but it brings back bad memories. I've been in 2 of those. Yeah, I'm sure, Brad. I remember it was just a couple of years ago. You're involved. Well, I don't know if you were actually in an actual accident. Is that true? I can't remember what happened up in.
Well, driving a truck, you must have seen a lot of that over the years. Man, that is just.
Yeah. So, man. So check. There's pictures all over. Check the news. You can see more footage of that. But
coincidentally, Fort Worth is where my American Iron Horse was made.
Is that true?
Yeah. Now defunct, but maybe that's why there was a big pileup. They just figured out now they can't get a very overpriced custom.
That's true.
Motorcycle.
So that's all I wanted to say about that, Keith.
Okay.
Just be careful out there, folks.
Elizabeth. I got to say, happy belated birthday to Elizabeth. I forgot. It was last Saturday. So all the kids are good, Liz. And
you know what, Keith? We don't do the birthday minute anymore. So
and
what we do is
speaking of the Galanos, tomorrow, my favorite Valentine's birthday. Themis's birthday's on Valentine's Day.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's great. Tomorrow's
birthday. So make sure you give Pop a hug. I'll see you all guys soon. Yeah, it's and today, what is today, Joel?
Today is the 13th.
It's
Saturday.
Friday the 13th falls on a Saturday today. I mean, this week, month, whatever. I remember.
Nice. Very
okay.
good.
What do we got going on?
That one never gets old. All right. So
even when I mess up
on the PA Turnpike the day after Christmas about 4 years ago. Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Yeah.
And thank you, Keith.
I can't imagine. Just the anxiety of being in. If you're in a big rig, you're sure you can get banged up too. But you're sitting. Even if you're fine, you're sitting in this massive metal.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything for how long, until everybody gets, all the cards get picked up. It's just got to be.
Yeah, and imagine.
Hey, Themis, how are you? Man, got the whole crew in today.
Yeah, good to see that. Hey, Themis.
Yeah, happy birthday.
And then imagine sitting in that car while that big truck is not stopping.
Yeah.
you know, and you know that. So anyway, let's move on, Keith. So this is the I just wanted to throw this out there, the impeachment trial that's going on.
Oh my God. You know, I thought a new day was yeah, go ahead.
So there's plenty of thoughts, but I just want to show this one picture because these three people, you might be familiar with these three people.
Well, they're actually terrific human beings. They're very kind, generous, and not at all. I mean, you know, does Satan live? I think he does. Three people. Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, Keith, these three that were pretty well known, right? Very avid Trump supporters.
He's on.
Are actually on the jury, right, of this trial, and they actually meet with Trump's lawyers, but they are on the jury. So
yeah, you know, I was brings me back to, what was that crazy guy that had the swastika carved into his head? Poor fella died in prison. He had this thing, you know, inspired a Rolling Stones song. I can't remember what, but he was just a crazy kid, you know, and you know, he was dealt a bad hand. And I'm wondering, you know, if some of his crew, you know, he could have asked his friends to come into the jury and say, you know, well, why don't you help me out and, you know, straighten, you know, the poor guy would have lived. Yeah. That's right, Charlie Manson. All I could think of was the guy from 9 Inch Nails. No, Maryland. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, he needs to be in jail too. So the Beatles. What Beatles song? I'm thinking of Helter Skelter. Wasn't that the Rolling Stones?
Mostly
a nice guy. Yeah.
So
anyway, Joel, sorry to cut you off.
No, that's fine. I was just wondering, kind of, if you had any thoughts on this trial. You know, a lot of it is focused on the events of December the 6th, following the rally,
right,
and the insurrection, which they were saying it was not an insurrection because an insurrection means something different. It was a riot and so forth.
Yeah.
You know, after that event, a lot of Republicans went on TV and social media and told Trump that, you know, you're the one who has to stop this. Because how many hours was it before Trump actually, you know, called in National Guard or allowed the National Guard to get there? How many hours did Trump actually watch all this on TV? Now, he may have tweeted out some things like, you have to stop my peaceful protesters. You must stop. You must be peaceful, law-abiding. Meanwhile, they're like beating the crap out of a cop and,
killed a cop.
Yeah, not to mention, killed a cop. 5 people died.
Yeah.
Two more of those police officers or security from the White House have committed suicide since this event.
Wow. No kidding.
So yeah, so a total of 7 at this point.
Wow.
So my question, and not to mention how many people have resigned right after that in his administration. But my question is, okay, so he's maybe not guilty of causing that riot. And then there's plenty of other things leading up to it, namely 3 phone calls to Georgia to say, hey, can you fix this election for me?
I'm looking for 11,000. Yeah. 11,000. That's all I want. 11,000. Can you help me out here? That was horrible. I'm going to go back to what's his name? 2%.
So my question is, why would a president who only has a few days left in his term have a rally on the day that they're certifying the election?
Yeah.
You know, in the Senate chambers, wherever it was in the Capitol building. Well, what was the purpose of that rally? You know,
if not to incite something.
Exactly. Why? And given the fact that he couldn't comprehend the fact that Mike Pence had no power to do anything.
And that's the other thing. You know, they were going to hang Mike Pence.
Exactly.
This is the vice president.
Yeah. What had happened? What would have happened if they got to Pence? If they had got to
Pelosi? Yeah, any of these people.
If they had gotten to anybody in there,
they would have killed them.
What would have happened? I mean,
they would have
think about that.
They would have stomped them to death.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly were trying to beat to death the security guards outside
that they didn't even know.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're they support the blue. Now, here's the other thing, Keith. Coming up, actually, I was driving up here a couple of weeks ago, and there's a lady on. I forget her name. I think she's another one of those extremists. But she was saying she said, she was trying to leave. She was in a meeting somewhere, didn't even know what was going on. Security guy said, "You can't go out there because there's a riot." And she said, "Well, who's rioting?" And the guy said, "Well, Trump supporters are breaking into the building." Oh, there's no way they can be Trump supporters. Those people are so nice. There's no possible way it could be them. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then, let's put it on like it was Antifa or whoever. It certainly was not the Trump supporters carrying those.
No, because those flags just happened to be there on the ground. They picked them up, and without belittling, I don't want to alienate any of our viewers here, but this guy has been white privileged his entire life. He has never taken responsibility for everything. He's never had to answer for everything, and he's not going to get indicted. Now, maybe they can come up with some criminal charges outside of this impeachment thing, but all these Republicans are still, if you're Republican, wouldn't you want to just clean up the party and say, look, man, we got to put this behind us. Let's, this isn't us. But Lindsey and all his but they're drink the Kool-Aid, I guess. I don't know.
McCain, who's John McCain's daughter, right?
Right.
Sarah, is it Sarah McCain? Sally McCain? I can't remember her first name. But she has come out, opposed to any of this. And of course, she's getting death threats. She's a Republican. She's condemning everything that went on.
Yeah.
Same with Mitt Romney, same thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you step out of line and.
Yeah, I know. It's, and it's.
Now, I would say, Keith, I honestly don't care about this impeachment thing. I mean, I do a little bit, but not really. My concern is that, yes, 5 people died on that day.
Yeah.
5 people died on that day. One of them a police officer. 2 more took their lives over this event. Should there not be, should Trump not have, just maybe a little connection to that? Like some sort of criminal connection?
Yeah. Oh, I
do that.
Yes. And because again, if he wasn't there, that would not have happened.
It comes back to my question. Why was there a rally?
There's been no, as far as I know, investigation into how all this, was there had to have been an online gathering of all this. I didn't hear about it. I didn't hear about it until it was going on, or until they raided the house. Right. That this was even go. I didn't know he was going to. So all those people, people come from California. That one real estate agent, it's like, buy my house. Look, I'm going to kill the.
Yeah.
They come from all over the country.
It was well organized.
Yes. Very well
ahead of time. And of course, the argument is that there's no way that what Trump said at that rally was, being responsible for what eventually happened. And on the surface, I guess you're right. But the fact that he brought all those people in, anyway,
it's a shame. What they did to our taxes paid for that.
Yeah,
these public buildings there are buildings.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So if you're okay with this, you're okay with people coming into your house and ransacking it. And that's exactly what these animals did to our buildings, and it's an absolute shame.
See what Barbara's saying here. There are many high-profile Republicans who have left the party and who want to form a new party.
Yeah. Maybe that's
Yeah.
Maybe that's.
And isn't there a rumor that Trump wants to start his own party or something like that?
Yeah. And that's the problem. This guy isn't going to go away, and Republicans are saying they just want to do this so we can't run again in 4 years. This wasn't a landslide. This is pretty much half of the country voted
yes,
that way. So it's so no matter what your beliefs are, I mean, this guy's an absolute lunatic, and from people like him because he was on The Apprentice or whatever. You're fired. The bully. We got such a bully mentality in this country. Everybody that I know has been bullied growing up, and it's not changed at all. And we had a bully as president.
Yeah, you know what? And I don't know if she's on anymore. My colleague Angela said, in talking about this weeks ago, and we've had this conversation a couple times, that he gave permission for people to be outright hateful.
Yes.
To anybody who was different than them.
Yes.
Yeah. He gave permission for racism. Although, he would always say, we're the party of freedom, religious beliefs, that type of stuff. As long as the freedom is, what you want, and the religion is what you want, and those types of things. But he seemed to give permission for basically hatred and racism and those types of things, and gave a platform to all that.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. And you watch. I've been watching some of these programs of the rise of Rick Steves. Actually had a program on. He's the travel guy, and he did might have been last year or whatever. It's called Fascism in Europe, and it's watching this stuff. It's like, this is Trump's handbook, man. I mean, I never knew what fascism was, but it started in Italy, and then Hitler turned it into the Nazi Party, and it's just seemed very similar to me.
It does. And one more thing, Keith, then we'll get off of this. But
yeah, let's get to
I saw a post from a friend of mine who, on Facebook, who is a Trump supporter, and he posted about the Nazis, and he said, "Just remember," what did he say? "We just elected a president who is a socialist and this, that, and the other thing," comparing Biden's to the Nazis.
Yeah.
Like,
and I bet you this guy, socialist, I bet you when he got his stimulus check, he went and cashed it pretty quickly, right?
I'm sure. Yeah.
And no matter how much this guy has money wise, when he retires, he's going to want Social Security because he earned it, right?
That's right. Yep. Social Security. Socialist. You all right?
If it's not my shop phone, it's my regular phone. I mean, I tell you, for somebody that's like pretty much.
There's a volume on them.
Yeah, well, I hate to do it while it's ringing, because if it's somebody that I know and I don't want to talk to, if you hang up, they know you hang up. You know what I mean? For somebody who's basically a loner, and there's a lot of people that are always trying to get a hold of me. Anyway, Joel, what else we got going on the show today before we put people to sleep?
Let's get to number one. If you're getting any value out of this fabulous, enlightening conversation, we'd love for you to smack the like button, love the love button, give us a shout out, share, something like that. We are so happy to see so many people on today. Thank you for joining us on our kind of our ad lib presentation here of just about everything we do. Keith, we actually have some trivia today.
All right, let's do some trivia.
Yeah, you want to read it, Keith? It's like it's like the old style trivia.
Oh, okay, good, great.
Yeah. All right, so folks, we're going to do 4 trivia questions today, and then we'll go on to jokes, and then we'll come back and finish the trivia. We have 4, so make sure you number 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you have an answer for me, okay, or for us. Let's get to here, and I'll make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Can we? Yeah, Joel, can we make that smaller? All right, I'm ready. Which outspoken former Scientologist was the female lead in the hit sitcom King of Queens? Oh, wait a minute. Former Scientologist.
Former, yeah. All right, number 2.
Gilbert Radner is one of 7 original cast members of which NBC sketch comedy show? Boy, that's a tough one, Joel. Rosanna Dana. Tina Fey created which popular satirical sitcom television series that aired from 2006 to 2013? I'll jump in there in a minute with a little tidbit there. In 1982, Bill Murray appeared on what American late night talk show as its first ever guest? Oh, I think I know this. Okay.
All right, so there's four. Let's go back over them again. A Scientologist, female lead in Hitcom's King of Queens, Gilda Radner, 7 original cast members of which NBC sketch comedy show. Tina Fey created which popular satirical sitcom television series? And in 82, Bill Murray appeared on what American late night talk show as its first guest ever? So go ahead and put down your answers and we'll come back to them in just a minute. Did you want to elaborate on one of them, Keith?
Yeah, well, when we get back to that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Keith, do we have any this day in history?
Actually, I do have one thing. I was looking at a couple this morning, and then I had some. I had to excuse. Never mind. Would you believe that this day in Speaking of our dear friend Donald, on the evening of February 13th, 1945, a series of Allied bombing raids begins against the German city of Dresden, reducing the Florence of the Elbe. I guess the Elbe is a river. I never knew that was the Florence. To rubble and flames and killing roughly 25,000 people. Despite the horrendous scale of destruction, it arguably accomplished little strategically since the Germans were already on the verge of surrender. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any way of sharing this picture with you, but that's pretty scary.
Is there nothing at the bottom of your screen, Keith, that says screen share or share?
What on this? Yeah, but it's no, dude. If I try to push any button, it's just gonna block me out. But anyway,
it'll disappear. All right, thank you, sir.
Stay in history.
All right, let's get to some jokes, and then
let's do some jokes.
We have a lot of replies over here and answers and guesses for our trivia. So thanks for playing along there, folks. Hey, Keith, why does the toast like the knife?
The what?
Why does the toast like the knife?
Because it always butters them up or something like that.
Because the knife butters them up. You are absolutely correct. Yeah, that was actually an old joke. We did do that one before.
Okay. Well, I don't remember. Yeah. If you don't remember it, it's new.
If a nut on a wall is a walnut, what is a nut in the bathroom?
I don't know.
A pecan. All right. Last one. We only have 3 today, folks. Last one. What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
I'm having trouble hearing today. Do that one more time.
What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
Nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Excellent.
Very good.
Yeah, I will say in this room, Keith, right now, in this room, there's a little bit of echo, so that's probably causing some issues for you. So let's get back to our trivia.
You got to do this before 70 gets up there. You got egg cartons. You know, the old egg cartons, you put them all the way around, makes a great studio. Yeah, the whole, nice all the way in the back of you. Yeah, ceiling, everything.
It's just like the gray, like the Battleship gray. Is that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll look good.
Yeah, it will. So make sure you get that done before Stephanie comes up. And
all right, let's get back to our trivia.
Yeah.
Where are we over here? Sorry. And we'll get back to my screen share. Monitor, add to stream. There we go. All right. And we'll get back up here, folks. Which outspoken former Scientologist was the female lead in the hitcom King of Queens?
I can picture her. And I can't. Oh my!
The right answer is
Lee Remini. Remini. I got the remedy.
All right. Gilda Radner was one of 7 original cast members of which NBC sketch comedy show?
SNL. We got a couple of SNLs.
Let's see. Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Tina Fey created which popular satirical sitcom television series that aired from 06 to 13? Do we have anything for that?
Sophia says 30 Rock, and I'm going to go with that.
30 Rock. Nice. All right,
there, Joel. Okay, guys, let's do the last.
In 82, Bill Murray appeared on what American late night talk show as its first guest ever?
I'm going to say David Letterman.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, David Letterman. I don't know how I knew that. And Joey, once again, you stumped up, so I don't know what answer Pat Sajak was going to go to. But I just want to say 30 Rock, written by Tina Fey. Themis and that whole crew went to school with Tina's brother, Peter.
Oh, right.
Graduated from Upper Darby. She was, I guess she's about your age, Joel, maybe a year younger. So there was a bit of a age got there. But Peter was our age, and he went to Upper Darby with Themis and Bruce.
I remember that story. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Keith, we're gonna have to get out of here. My floor guy just called.
Okay.
So
maybe that's who called here.
What's that?
Maybe that's who called here and was looking for you. It's like, guy's still on the show.
That's true. When are you guys going to get out of here? So, okay. Thank you, folks.
And what's tomorrow, Joel?
What's that?
Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a loved one, send them a message, give them a hug, send them a card. Just tell them you love them. And I love all of you guys. Thanks for stopping by every weekend, and great to see you. And we're going to be around next week, Joel?
Yep.
I'm available, so
yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Remember, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. Thanks for joining us on Smack and Jack Live. We'll see you next week.
Take care, guys. Be good.
Jack